What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you a quick NBA slate breakdown for what size we got. 7-game NBA slate. Gonna keep the same format that we've kept over the last couple of days. Like I said, do like being able to get through the video much quicker. Of course, still kind of going game by game, but just giving the highlights, the key points of what I think you should focus on if you're trying to build out your lines. And of course, as you guys can see, boom, your boy be giving out the scores over here as well. If you listen and you watch the complete stream, I'm pretty much giving you my player pool. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any stuff your boy puts out over here on the channel, and drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos, content, anything is helping you guys win some money. If you guys looking for the player pool, course, stuff like that, check out that YouTube membership tab. It's right there next to the subscribe button, and also check out the Patreon link for that is down in the description below, so you guys can find my stuff on either one of those spots. With that being said, yesterday, not a bad day. Of course, you guys know, no videos on the weekends. That's chilling time. That's just a chill. But still post content that gets posted over on the 2 pages right there. Yesterday's score, not bad. Rollins. The thing with the Bucks, and I've noticed this. If Kevin Porter Jr. starts, love him, smash play, easy day. He's gonna kill it. Every other game off the bench for Kevin Porter Jr., he goes off. And you just go and look at it. Every other game that they play, he tends to go off. Ochai Agbaji wasn't bad, was out there for a lot of minutes. Yusuf Nurkic in 20-something minutes smash value. And then Bono, of course, once he was listed as he was good to go being a starter. Yabusele was ruled out, got there definitely on those blocks and stuff like that. So it was not a bad day. And then, of course, listed my favorite studs and stuff down here for you guys to be able to mix some fill-ins and then choose whatever value you wanted to go with what I gave you right here. And if you guys plug this in, play this right here, you should have had a pretty good day overall. But decent size slate, of course, 7 games. We're not going to have to worry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 10 p.m. game. This is the island game. It's a showdown. Not playing showdown today. Houston Rockets back in a back-to-back, but they blew the smokes out of the Suns last night, going up against the Los Angeles Fakers. My money's on Houston Rockets because honestly, I don't believe in the Lakers. I really don't. But some decent games on the slate. Of course, some news and stuff we got to pay attention to as always whenever it comes down to stuff. Just because we're in the dog days of the NBA, you guys already know injuries, stuff like that. Teams tanking. There's no telling. So small injury news and stuff like that for us to pay attention to. Of course, some value is opened up already on the day. First game, we got value. Thomas Bryant's going to be in the starting lineup. No Mathurin, no Turner. So some solid minutes for some of these role players. Obi Top Dog will be one of the main ones that sticks out to me. Of course, over here from Indy. Devon Carter being out, Malik Monk's minutes should be pretty secure off the bench over there for them. For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, he's back, he's rested, he should be good to go, and honestly will be probably my top play over here for the Clippers. Of course, we'll get more into that when we get to the actual breakdown. Cole Anthony was present at shoot around, so a possibility that he's back. Probably will be coming off the bench since he's missed so much time. Miami Heat, they're playing around with Alex Burke being in the starting lineup now. Wiggins is still going to be out. Duncan Robinson is going to be out, and I got to take over here for Miami when we get over there for those guys. The Washington Wizards tanking. Just the tankness, all these players being out, main guys are going to be limited, of course, like they always do. Utah Jazz, same old for them. Players listed out: Collins, Walker, Kessler, Lauri Markkanen. Some toss up over here for Cody Williams, Colin Sexton. Charlotte Hornets back in a back-to-back for them. No LaMelo Ball, of course, he's been shut down for a season. Josh Okogie, he's out as well. Seth Curry, all those other guys that didn't play yesterday, I would expect for them to play today. And then, of course, I would probably expect Nurk to not play since he did play yesterday. Mark Williams should 100% get most of the center burner run. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, questionable to play. Memphis Grizzlies firing their head coach when they're a winning team and also in the playoffs doesn't make any sense. Whenever anyone can figure out what the heck happened with Taylor Jenkins over there, please let me know, because I ain't seen nothing and it doesn't make any sense to me. Chicago taking on my OKC Thunder, who are the just dominant force and team that they are. Josh Giddey expected to play. He's already announced that, yeah, I'm playing tonight. You know, I am definitely going to suit up to play against my former team. Lonzo, he's doubtful to play. Kevin Huerter, he's out. Trey Jones, he's out as well. For the Thunder, Chet was present to shoot around. Hartenstein was present to shoot around as well. So possible for both those guys to be back. Jalen Williams, this one down here is the center. Jalen Williams, so definitely pay attention to that. Dukas, Wiggins, AJ Mitchell, all those guys going to be out. For the Brooklyn Shitters, Clowney is out, Johnson is out, Day'Ron Sharpe is out. Dallas side of things, they got Gafford and Lively back at practice. I know that those guys are down in the G League ramping up to come back, so they might be back. And we definitely have a little bit of a rotation going on over here for the center spot over here for Dallas. Head on over to DraftKings, decided to play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description box below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the Kang. For the Utah Jazz, I'm going to be very honest. It's very hard to, of course, try to target anything over here like it always is. But with Walker Kessler being out, Filipowski, of course, sticks out as like one of the main primary guys I want to get to. With no Lauri Larkin and no John Collins, we know he's a pretty good fantasy point per minute player when he's out there. Good matchup going up against Charlotte Hornets. Playing at that 4 spot, I would expect Miles Bridges to be limited just like what he was yesterday. And he's going to be out there. 6,500, not a bad price tag for a player that can go out there and get us 40 plus fantasy points. If Colin Sexton does get ruled out, Keontae George, he gets a boost as well. Isaiah Collier, both those guys will be primarily in play. If Sexton's in, then I primarily will still focus on Collier just because him and George, they'll be splitting those minutes. Tishawiwi, I don't know how the hell to say his name, but he's been out there getting some minutes and rotation out there at the center spot. Don't mind him as a decent value option that you can go to today, going up against the Hornets. I will admit Mark Williams is a better defender than Nurk, so I would temper my expectations, but at 4K you kind of can't beat that. That's not a bad price tag, but just definitely temper the expectations. Filipowski honestly is my favorite play over here from the Jazz. Sensible, he's seeing some decent, close to 25-ish minutes over here. We know if his shot is falling, he's going to be a great play that you could take. 3,900. You honestly cannot ask for too much more. If you got to choose between Sensible and Alex Burke, I would take Sensible to go out there and knock down 3 to 4 threes over Alex Burke, who is going to typically play about 22 minutes and then get pulled. Really, that's going to be it for the Utah Jazz for me. Charlotte Hornets side of things, again, backing them back to back. I would expect Miles Bridges to be limited once again here. I'm not going to pay 9K for Miles Bridges. Definitely a GPP option. If you got money to burn it. Mark Williams didn't play yesterday. Hopefully he can go out here and play about 25-30 minutes. Definitely will be a smashable spot for him, especially if he can get all the usage. Seth Curry, Nick Smith Jr., Jeffries, Salon, all those guys would be in contention. KJ Simpson, all these guys would be in play for me over here, even if they played yesterday. But Seth Curry, if they do give him the start, definitely wouldn't mind him. We know he can go out there and knock down some threes. Would be a decent play to definitely get to. Miami Heat, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware, Davion Mitchell, Larson, those are going to be the main guys we want to target over here, going up against Washington. Definitely, of course, focus on the younger guys. I would definitely look towards Larson. I would definitely look at Khalil Ware, because to me, I've noticed this with Duncan Robinson and Wiggins being out, Ware is kind of getting 30-ish minutes again. He's seeing that, in which we know when Ware gets the minutes, he has really good upside in production. As you can see, going up against Philly, 31 minutes out there in the game that they smoke checked him, of course. 41.5 fantasy points. The upside is there for him, so I do like that here in the spot going up against Washington. Young team as well. Definitely some block upside and things like that. Let the rookie cook. Not a bad spot. Larson at 4K, definitely would rather play him over playing Alex Burke if he's going to be in the starting lineup again. If they're going to let him go out there and play 30 minutes, I don't mind that. He gave us a lot of peripheral stats. But even if you take out these blocks and steals that he got, he still gave us a really good number, especially at 4K. I will take the upside and I'll bite that one right there. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, the game is going to get out of hand. It definitely has to be with one of these two studs. I don't mind either or. Of course, they both have a good matchup. Just got to hope Washington can keep it close for 3 quarters for them to actually get a decent burn. On the Washington Wizards side of things, Sarr, of course, Champagnie, Carrington, his minutes are like up, down, up, down. I don't know which one I'm going to get from, honestly. Makes him kind of a GPP option to me now. Same thing like with Poole. Poole's only going to play mid 25 minutes. Then he's going to get yanked. So there's no point in playing Jordan Poole. No point in, I kind of just feel like it's risky with Carrington. Instead, I would focus on Champagnie. AJ Johnson, who's a rookie himself out there, he's playing a ton of minutes and he's giving us some pretty decent upside. And I don't mind that. I know Miami could be a quote unquote tough defensive team, but still the upside could be there for him to go out there and give us a pretty good day. Kobe Jones, we've seen his minutes ramp up as well. Wouldn't mind going to him as a possible value play. Then our guy Tristan, wouldn't mind going to him as a possible potential play as well off the bench. We know he can smash limited minutes. I will say 4,300, little bit risk for my blood, so probably wouldn't want to necessarily get there to him. Outside of that, not going to focus on any of those vets, things like that. It would legit be Sarr, AJ Johnson, Champagnie, decent, and then Kobe Jones. That's exactly where we go over there for them. Sacramento Queens taking on the Pacers. Sabonis, of course. No Miles Turner to worry about. You're going up against Thomas Bryant. Sabonis should be able to cook, fry, do whatever he wants out here. Going up against his former team as well in the Pacers, who he played a good grip for with them. I don't mind taking Sabonis. This could be one of those like good bounce back, like he gives us a really great game. I don't know what they're doing with Malik Monk. For whatever reason, he's coming off the bench again. He's not playing his 30+ minutes. Would be a GPP option if you think that he can get extended run, especially because they don't have Devon Carter to come out there and get those backup minutes. I mean, they do have Markelle Fultz there, but Keon Ellis, decent spot to go ahead and take him. We know he has some really good defensive upside. Could be a spot where we can see him do some damage out there as well. I wouldn't mind taking that. Levine, DeRozan, kind of relying on for them to get their scoring. You can mess with that, but I would much rather just go ahead and place the bonus or come down and play Keon if I had to choose. On the Pacers side of things, don't even got to talk about it. Halliburton. No Miles Turner out there. It's going to be Halliburton and Siakam show, and of course no Mathurin. So a lot of scoring to actually go around, especially because we know that those guys, they are responsible for about 15, 20-ish points a night. So definitely I do like the upside for Halliburton. We already know Halliburton is scoring. He's giving us some really great games. Even going up against my OKC Thunder, he still went out there and had a decent night, not a smash night like what he was having before, still a decent night. So I can definitely still go back to Halliburton at 8,600. Good spot. Wouldn't mind taking him right there. Siakam, definitely don't mind going to Siakam. He should step up in the spot. Should is a key word. If he can, that's going to be the question that we have to get answered. Hopefully he does. I wouldn't mind going to Siakam though. Nemba Hard minutes would be secured. Neesmith minutes are secured as well. But Obi top dog, 4,200 minutes were already kind of like getting up there, playing close to 20-ish minutes without Mathurin coming off the bench. A lot of usage, more shots to go around. Wouldn't mind taking him as someone you can take for points. Specifically over there on the books, especially on PrizePicks, if they have him still at 10 points, I would take him for over that right there. I do like his upside. I do believe he can go out there and play about 20 to 25 minutes. Decent spot. And then outside of that, you would have to consider Jacoby Walters, Jarris Walker, as well as another play to be able to get some minutes off the bench, especially with Miles Turner and company being out. For the Clip Dogs, back end of back-to-back for them going up against Orlando. James Harden, he tried yesterday. 47.5 fantasy points against one of the best teams in the league. Only 35 minutes. Wouldn't mind getting to him going up against Orlando. Orlando is considered a tough defensive slow team, so this should be a slower game. Both teams are pretty slow. You're not going up against a fast-paced Cleveland Cavaliers like what you were yesterday. But Harden, don't mind him. Zubac played as many minutes as he can handle out there. 37 minutes last night. Not a bad day. I would take him back, especially going up against the undersized centers that they have over there on the Magic. But Kawhi Leonard, coming off a rest. I see no reason not to want to play Kawhi. I don't. Just the way that he's been playing, he's been smashing. And just... There's nothing extra that I got to say. I don't care about Paolo being on the side. We're seeing playoff Toronto Raptors Kawhi Leonard right now. That's what I'm seeing coming from him. So I like that 8,900 sandwich between the other two high usage players over there. I understand Norman Powell. He went off yesterday. Great game. 34 actual, 45.25 fantasy points. Cool. Good day. But I still want Kawhi Leonard rested. I'll take that right there. Really, no interest in the role players over here for the Clippers. That's really going to be it for me. Kawhi Leonard, top dog, top play over there for me on the Clippers. Orlando Magic, I feel like Paolo and France, as always, they're always going to be lower owned GPP options, especially when you look at the matchup. You're like, nah, I'm not playing Paolo. Nah, I ain't playing France. But they lead the team. The usage is sky high for both of these guys over here. And if they don't do enough to keep them in the game, it could be a blowout. So Paolo, 9.7, ultimate GPP option. Ultimate. And I say ultimate because I don't want to play him, and I'm not going to play him. I would much rather play France for the 1K difference, and who I think would have the easier matchup between the two, because Paolo should have to deal with Kawhi. Kawhi should be clamping up Paolo. Like that's how I see that. Outside of that, if they rule Cole Anthony out still, then of course I still have interest in Anthony Black, who's seeing minutes, who's playing very well over his last couple games. I don't mind going to him. He's hitting over 25 minutes. He's producing in that time. But if Cole Anthony is back, that's going to kind of mess up, to me, everything that they got going on rotation-wise and stuff like that. So I wouldn't look there. It would just have to be Paolo and France, to me, as the main two options that I would want to get to over here on this side. The C's taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, what can we say about the Celtics, bro? It's the Celtics, man. If Jaylen Brown misses, of course, then we look towards Tatum. We look towards Porzingis. Derek White is a nice mid-tier, kind of a safe option. The Grizz should be able to keep this game close enough. White could be in play. Kristaps Porzingis should have his way going up against Zach Edey. I like him as a definite pivot off of some other center options. Like, we have some value centers on the slate. Definitely could see him possibly smashing out here in limited time minutes or whatever he gets. Peyton Pritchard, not touching Peyton at all whatsoever. Really don't like, especially that price tag at 6'1", when I can still come down here and get Jrue Holiday, who kind of turned back the clock, looking like he's playing pretty good. And I don't mind coming out here and playing him 35 minutes over, playing 30 minutes over the last couple games. Looks really good. Wouldn't mind going there. Honestly, for the C's, I feel like their main guys, of course, are all safe. Favorite one over there for me would have to be Kristaps Porzingis, just the matchup. 2 left feet, Edie, slow behind. He should be able to stretch the floor and play him off the court. Now, the flip side of things, new coach. I'm not too sure if this has to do with new coach, but Edie played 26 minutes versus the Lakers. Now, we know the Lakers can go small. We know the Lakers, with Jackson Hayes, yeah, he's going to play out there maybe about 18 to 20-ish minutes. But Zach Edey was used. He was utilized. Blocks, steals, scoring out there. He did quite a bit. 4,700. Now, I know I just talked shit saying that, hey, yes, Porzingis should be able to run circles on him, this, that, and the third. But, hey, when it comes down to being in the paint, Edey should be able to body that up. He should. Now, if they decide to use him, a couple of lobs, things like that, definitely has some rebounding upside, things of that nature. I don't mind. I really don't mind taking a swing at 4,700 Zach Edey if you're going to tell me he's going to be able to play 25, maybe 28-ish minutes. I do think that he has a really good upside in that regards. Outside of that, Ja coming back, didn't skip a beat. 31 minutes, went out there, 49 fantasy points. Yes, tougher matchup going up against the Celtics, but again, shooters who shoot. I don't mind taking that. I know this will kind of favor more of Desmond Bane because he will be more the shooter between the two. Of course, don't mind that, but literally the three-headed monster over here, and Ja, Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., all three of those guys are in contention in play, and I got to rank them. Bane, Ja, JJJ. That's how I'd rank it. That's what I would take over here for them. I really do like the upside for Edey. Everyone else, Scottie Pippen Jr., way too much. Santi Aldama, no. If he's not starting, if they're not running the small ball line, no, I'm not going to Santi. Luke Kennard, no, I'm not going there. Wells, Williams, no. Don't even get cute. The Bulls taking on Thunder, very honestly, besides just the revenge narrative of Josh Giddey, I don't want anything over here. If you felt like the game could blow out, Buzelis is the only other one that I would take some consideration for playing, just because the Thunder are the Thunder, bro. Like, we should, I hate trying to predict blowouts, but we should put belt to ass. We really should in this matchup. There's no reason why we don't win this by double digits and some, if we're being very honest. But Josh Giddey, if you want to go with the range narrative, everything that he's doing, the way that he's playing, down game versus Dallas, they clamped him up pretty good. But maybe he comes out here and he wants to show out and show up going up against the Thunder. I don't mind taking that right there. Other than that, Buzelis will be the only other person I could take, because if game gets out of hand, he should still be out there for his development. On the Thunder side of things, Shea is Shea. I don't have to talk about Shea. J-Dub. If Chet's ruled out, I don't mind going with Dub. If Chet is out, I like Hartenstein, long as he's actually going to be in, especially if Jalen Williams is going to be out. Both those guys will be rotating at the center spot, and then we will get a little dose of Brandon Carlson. He would get some run and burn as well, so that would be just something to keep in your pocket. Pay attention. If the backup center, Jalen Williams, is out, Carlson is going to see some minutes. He's going to play. Only if Will Williams is out. That's the only time you're going to look at that. And also if one of Chet and Hartenstein is out, that's going to boost that up, because you are going to have to see Carlson go out there and play. Other than that, it's just Shea, Jalen Williams. Got to see how this shakes out with Chet, Hartenstein. Shea is the safest play that you can take over here. 110% safe. You want a GPP upside play? Lou Dort. That's where you go to over there for on the Thunder. Other than that, no one else is worth playing. No one else is worth going to. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Means a lot. Definitely helps support the channel. I know the content is, I'm not gonna say sporadic, because I will be able to have this type of stuff right here for you guys every day this week. Not too sure about next week, because again, got a lot of stuff going on. But still, thank you for you guys' support. Thank you for you guys that are actually watching and tuning in with me with your boy. It does mean a lot. And yeah. Brooklyn Nets, Brooklyn Shitters, D'Angelo Russell, price is way too much, not taking it, still playing less than 30 minutes a game. I don't want to go there. I'm not going there. Take his unders, man. Smash those unders. Fuck it. Take the unders. Take the fucking unders. D'Angelo Russell, under whatever PRA they got him at. Not messing with it. Nick Claxton, KJ Johnson, Watford, Zaire Williams, with no Clowney, no Sharp, and no Cam Johnson. We're either going to see Watford get the starting spot, or we're going to see Wilson get the starting spot. Either one of those guys are decent plays. I don't mind taking them. They are going to have to play at least about 25-ish minutes, even if they start or come off the bench. Either one of those guys are good. Drew Timmy, everyone's darling that they want to talk about, that they did not give us on the last slate, man. 30.5 fantasy points in 29 minutes out there for him. Hey, if Timmy's going to go out here and be able to play that kind of run, you can take a swing at it, but the matchup is not going to be the prettiest going up against Dallas, with the fact of the returning of the bigs. And I wouldn't be able to play it if he's not starting. If he's starting, then yeah, I could take it. If they decide they want to throw something crazy, start him at the 4, then I'll be interested. But really, no Brooklyn shitters truly stick out to me, except for, of course, my boy Keon Johnson, as always, Zaire Williams, and then depending on what they do with Wilson over there, that's where I would go. On the Dallas Maverick side of things, Spencer Dinwiddie going up against his former team. So Dinwiddie's minutes are kind of secure now. You don't have Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams, two-way contract, done. It's up. He can't play anymore until they can sign him in April. He's not going to play anymore. So the guard rotation, it should be, of course, Matt Christie, Hardy, Spencer Dinwiddie. That's what you got over here for guards for them. So again, don't mind Spencer Dinwiddie, 6,600 going up against his former team. We saw it when he played them earlier, 29 minutes, 45.25 actual. Pretty good fantasy point upside in the outing right there. Don't mind going there. PJ Shitstorm should be back today, so 8,100, a little bit too much, too rich for my blood. I'd rather take my chances on France or something like that, especially when I got Anthony Davis out there, and then I got the bigs mixing back up into this mix. I'll pass on that. Anthony Davis does make for an interesting GPP option. 30 minutes in the last game. Minutes are slowly ticking up. 40.25 fantasy points. He needs to just knock off the rust. Anthony Davis is still a good player. And they still are contending to get into the play-in to possibly make the playoffs. So I do imagine that if the shitters can keep this game close, AD's going to have to play some decent minutes out there. So I do like the upside for Anthony Davis. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at him as a potential play if you want to get there. Everyone else over here, Klay Thompson, Kai Jones. I would imagine that the center rotation with Kai, Lively, and Gafford, all of them probably will play about 18, sub 20 minutes is what I would give them. I don't like any of them right now just because of that. I got to see how that rotation shakes out and what they're going to do, especially with those two bigs coming back. You can take some GPP options, but Gafford at 7,600, fuck that. Lively, 6,200, hell no. That's just my 2 cents on that. If I was to play one, it would have to be Kai Jones, especially if they still start him. I wouldn't mind doing that. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys got a little something from this. Player pool, core, all that other stuff. It'll be dropping later on closer to Slate Lock once we get more news and stuff on the day. I'm actually going to do something really nice. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to drop a Flex 6 over there for Prize Picks on the membership tab for you guys. So definitely, if you guys made it to the end of this video, thumbs up the video. Let me know that you guys are ready for that Flex 6. I got you guys. Peace.